Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the trading table. This is Andrew. Join with me is Landon, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of the biggest movers of the market, what to watch for tomorrow, and more. So this Thursday, we did have CPI data come out this morning, and boy, oh boy, that sent the market into a downward spiral. Look how red this, the big five were, the companies in tech, even Amazon, Tesla, Costco, just everything that really was, like everything that's a mover was relatively red. Your small caps did pretty decent today, right? But yeah, the you know, the rest of the market not too good, right? Huge downtrend. We can see that in the chart here. Um, you know, SPY's been kind of due for this for a little bit now. But I found this really interesting. I honestly thought we were going to be in for a bullish day today. I saw CPI data come out, and it affected the market by 27%, sent it up, and then like immediately just tumbled right back down to the level it was before CPI and just downtrended the rest of the day. So pretty interesting move from SPY there, right? From peak to low, we were down almost 1.15%. And for those of you that know, that is quite a lot for SPY. 1% in a day, you don't really see that very often. So pretty volatile day here for SPY, finishing down 0.86%. Do I think this will carry into tomorrow? Most likely, no. I don't think, let me go ahead and just pause my alerts here. I don't think this will carry into tomorrow, just because, I think SPY can recover here from this. I think this was just kind of unlucky. Maybe that week will end bullish, but I could be wrong, right? That is just a guess, but I do believe that this was kind of just a pullback. Maybe we could push higher from it, but if we start pulling back more, you got a bunch of levels down here, so keep an eye out for those. And I just saw one while I was talking about SPY up here, so added that in real quick. But yeah, taking a look at NVIDIA, we were doing so good yesterday. It's like, oh my God, we're finally going to push some highs here. And then I think SPY was the reason it kind of downtrended a bit. But look at that. I mean, from the day before, the close of the day before, we'll just go off the peak, right? And I just added in a line. From the day before's peak to the low of day here, we're down 5.99%. So NVIDIA definitely followed that super steep downtrend before chopping out end of day, and definitely not looking too good here. I really wish we could have uptrended to break some new highs again, although this could just be NVIDIA pulling back to push higher. I think today just kind of threw off the market a little bit. I don't think it will last, just because there's so many companies that were uptrending, ready to push more all-time highs, and then CPI data comes in, SPY's super red, and it just kind of sends it into a downward spiral here. You're seeing the same with Apple, but not as extreme with Apple, right? Apple kind of had a better recovery than Microsoft and NVIDIA did. But nevertheless, I mean, if you're looking at my watch list here, almost everything is red. Not China stocks, though. China stocks actually had quite a good day. We were watching PDD, me and a member in the voice channel. We're talking about PDD today. We're kind of, trying to get back through some of these previous resistances that we once called supports not too long ago, right? So I was saying, like, PDD, if we see that 140.30, pretty good sign to buy in. Of course, with our luck, we broke through, but nevertheless, doesn't really matter. Our stop loss was literally right under here anyway, so it was very minimal risk play. But yeah, sent itself into a downward spiral. And then, now it's kind of recovering back on an uptrend, which is great to see. There's a lot of technicals supporting this uptrend as well. So I think PDD can definitely start moving back up to the upside from its previous downward spiral here. And, the big money play that expires out in August. If I go ahead and just search it up real quick in our document, we can see that there's a lot of premiums, right? I'm trying to find it right now, but I know there is a lot of premiums. And this PDD investor kept closing his eyes and buying the dip. So, definitely, can't find it, but, definitely a lot of money in PDD to the upside. And there still is a lot of money in PDD to the upside. The particular contract that I always look at is the one expiring August 16th, 2024 for a strike of 160. There is over about $7 to $8 million in that one play right now. So, maybe this time we'll see it hit that 160 and go in the money. That would be pretty crazy. If we can get back above this 140.30 area, I will definitely reconsider buying back in, right? But for now, I am going to stay out just because I want to see a little bit more bullish movement. I want to close a day on the hour, or I want to close a candle on the hour chart, sitting above that 140.30 again before I take any action there. But yeah, still bullish on PDD. We kind of got scary for a bit here with that very intensive pullback, but it seems like China stocks are starting to make a comeback, right? K-Web also getting back up there, right? K-Web really pushed some lows. I mean, 26, 27 for K-Web's pretty crazy. Baba's starting to make some, dude, Baba's just been chopping, man. Let me tell you, Baba just chop for the past month or so. Finally breaking above this super key level I have here, the 77.22 level. Baba kind of has bullish runs whenever it breaks above that and stays above that. That's what it's doing right now. So, expect China stocks to have quite a run these next few weeks, and don't be opposed to it. Bitcoin is still pretty low, still staying under at 60. But, if anything, you're just buying the dip with Bitcoin, right? Tesla's hype is finally dying down, right? So, I mean, you could say that, yes, the S&P 500 is downtrend cause of this. That's definitely an argument to make. But, could be also dying down as well. Stocks could be beginning to downtrend. We could be entering a bearish market. I kind of want to see a little bit more evidence of that. I'm not seeing too much of it right now, but I'm not opposed to it. I'm not marrying any biases. I'm open to absolutely anything, right? So taking a look at our big money plays for today. First off, we have a kind of interesting one, right? We don't really see this one a lot. We have ticker symbol IWM to the upside, and I actually support this one a lot, right? This one's pretty close to the money, but I definitely think IWM can finish its bull run here. IWM's kind of been due for a breakout here, and I think it definitely has its chance with some money behind it. So we've got a alert for IWM, strike at 212, expires August 16th, 2024. We've got 973,000 premiums here, and it's a call. It had some great movement already today. I'm sure it will have some great movement tomorrow. Unlike SPY, it got the CPI data at 8:30, and it just flourished off of it. So, IWM, just because of that, and because of its kind of lower correlation to SPY, as you can see, if stocks are bearish and you're a bull, this is definitely a great option. The next one is for ticker symbol Google, or GOOGL. And Google here, we've got calls, right? We've got a strike of 200, and it's expiring January 17th, 2025, with a total premium count of 3.86 million. So long-term play for Google here. And this one, bro, this is like getting a long-term play on Apple, right? You have that much time on it. And even, especially with Google here, right? We're coming down, right? We're pulling back. This is why I think that this, this sort of pullback today could potentially be a fake out, right? There is so many stocks coming up on like key levels, and it kind of already chopped around it. It failed to break lower. So I don't know. It could just be a coincidence that we're seeing kind of like this head and shoulders formation kind of forming out on the longer time frame charts. But definitely something to keep an eye on. I don't know. Something's just telling me fake out. Could be wrong though. I'm not marrying any bias, as I previously said, right? But yeah, Google, we've got almost 4 million premiums. Strike at 200, January 17th, 2025. Calls, great play. Would be new all-time highs new all-time highs for Google. But it can definitely get it done if it just keeps growing at the rate of the market, right? We're due for Google to 200 by the end of the year, as long as their CEO doesn't come out and say that the company is actually a terrorist organization. So next we have ticker symbol GLD, right? And we've got some bears coming in on GLD. That bullish gold play that we had a few days ago is just absolutely banging right now. It went in the money, and it was super far out of the money when the guy got it. So sure, that guy's very happy right now. But yeah, for gold, we've got some bears coming in, and this is for the long term. Well, kind of long term. We've got an expiration date of January 17th, 2025. It's a put contract. We've got a strike of 205. 570 premiums, 570,000 premiums. So, I've seen a lot of long-term bearishness for gold, so I'm not too surprised at that. But yeah, just keep that in mind, I guess. Moving on to our next one, we've got ticker symbol BAC, and this one is super, super risky. A, because they report earnings in 5 days. B, there's a bunch of financial institutions reporting earnings. Today after, or no, it's either today or Friday before open. So, and I don't think it was today before open. If we just take a quick gander, I'm pretty sure it is tomorrow. And yep, I was correct. It is tomorrow. So, you're basically playing earnings if you play this one. So definitely not something I recommend. We've got a strike of 42. We've got an expiration date of January 17th, 2025, a total premium account of 1.76 million. Yeah, this is definitely not something I would do here. Very, very risky. They got a strike of 42 and a premium account of 1.76 million. They're basically gambling $1.76 million, okay? This is kind of insane from them, especially if they're planning to hold it for like a while. So, it's just the implied volatility and the fluctuations in price definitely can mess up their options contract a little bit. But, best of luck to them, I guess. SUON is our next one, or SoundHound AI. We've got a strike of 6. We've got a call option contract expiring 7/19/2024, 513,000 premiums, 13,000 on the volume. So, a lot of premiums here, probably because they're really, really cheap. But, AI, can't go wrong, right? Anything with AI in the name, you just can't go wrong. And you can kind of see that from their chart lately. They've had quite a bullish run. I don't really stay up to date with SoundHound AI, but I know that they do have voice integration stuff, and they're kind of doing things like that. So who knows? I mean, if they come out with a robot that you could talk to, there's a lot of creepy people who would buy that just so they could talk to the robot, kind of from what's that movie? I think it's Blade Runner. They have those robots, and the guy's robot is a wife. But yeah, anyway, let me get back on track here. SoundHound, this is a pretty good play. And here's the thing that I like about it. We wouldn't really be, testing some new highs. It's not a new level for it to break. So really, really like that play. And definitely think it's possible here. The next big money play, and the last one, no, we've had a bunch today, is GEV. So GEV, right? We've got a put option contract, strike of 170, expiring August 16th, 2024. Total premium count of 641,000. So I'm kind of seeing a common denominator here. We've got a lot more money to the upside than the downside in most of these big money plays, including this one. So that should kind of tell you something to kind of reinforce my little theory that we can continue this bull run, and this is kind of just like a fake out, right? Who knows, though? We could see like SPY just tumble tomorrow. So tomorrow is definitely going to be an interesting day. Today got like pretty boring, like, after open, right? If we jump out to SPY's chart right here, we can see like after like, I don't know, 11:40, it was just straight chop, super, super, super boring. Not a whole lot going on. But yeah, that first like half of the market was just on fire. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our earnings calendar for tomorrow and our economic calendar. So we're looking at our earnings calendar here, right? So before open today, we had Dallas Airlines report, and they sent the whole flight industry into a downtrend. AAL was down, Dallas Airlines was down, Alaska Airlines was down, Frontier, I don't know, everything was down. So they're kind of like the industry leader, I guess. Pepsi reported. Looks like they had a decent day today, right? I'm actually curious if we go ahead and take a look at Pepsi's. Why did I just forget it? Okay. Pepsi's chart here. We can see that earnings definitely wasn't too good for them, but they definitely recovered very, very quickly. So yeah, good for Pepsi, man. Before open tomorrow, we got the financials storming Normandy, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citi, Bank of New York, and whatever this company is. So we've got a lot of financial institutions, a lot of key ones reporting. If we jump out to our heat map here, we can see that if we kind of just make this like this, we could see that, Wells Fargo is a pretty big one. Citi's a pretty big one. So, and JP Morgan's the second biggest, right next to Berkshire B, right? So, this will definitely affect this sector as a whole tomorrow, especially if those earnings come in hot. So just keep an eye out for that if any of you guys are trading financial stocks or that Bank of America play, right? But just taking a look at our economic calendar, I'm just going to go ahead and filter for tomorrow. We can see that tomorrow we definitely die down. But today, right, everything was pretty normal, But tomorrow, PPI is coming out, so that should affect the market again. And hopefully it sends it into a bullish kind of, move. I kind of like being bullish. It's good for the market. My long-term account loves it. So bullish all the way. I'm a bull. Everything else that's happening here doesn't really matter too much. Like, I'm not really sure how Michigan's one-year inflation expectations are going to moderately affect the market. Definitely is not, unless they like troll and say it's going to be like, negative 400 or something. But other than that, just remember PPI is before open tomorrow, 8:30. And then the rest of the day, we're in the clear to trade, unlike the first 2 days, the second and third day of this week, Tuesday and Wednesday, where we had Powell yapping, and it was just kind of too risky to trade. But other than that, guys, that's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning into the trading table. This has been Andrew and Landon. Please be sure to check out our free Discord. Link is in description below. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at market close.